What is up, Gunline? This is Lopez here, host of the On the Gunline podcast, also known as D-Lo the Vet Bro from the On the Gunline Presents Vet Bro Reacts. I call myself Vet Bro. What the hell, y'all? It's been one of them days. I'm still in a lot of pain after getting that procedure done yesterday. So if you know, you know. You had to listen to the last two episodes. Anywho, with that being said, man, today I'm doing a different kind of reaction. Today's reaction is going to be regarding a book that I just finished reading that honestly, I think, in my opinion, needs to be required reading for youth that are in the inner cities, youth that are at risk, youth that are in the halls, in camps, in youth authorities, kids that are still at that stage in life where they haven't caught a felony and where they can still be guided to a different path in life. All right. This book, it's called Essay to Master Jefe, or in the American way, Essay to Master Jefe. It's by Master Chief retired, or United States Navy retired Master Chief Raul Ramos, who served our great nation within the Navy. Um, but not only that, he came from the beginnings that unfortunately end up taking a lot of our youth, especially specifically in South Central Los Angeles. Now, this guy right here, as he was talking, as in his book, as I was reading his words, there were moments where I felt I was in his shoes, mainly because we're in the same age group. I'm 46. I believe he's 45 or 46 as well. Um, he grew up between Central and Hooper out there in South Central. I grew up between Main and Broadway on 87th. He was on 59th between those, 58th or 59th. Um, and anyways, either way, anything between Florence and Manchester, between Central and Hooper was their neighborhood. Then those fools are deep. That's just their hood. Anywho, and growing up, we were definitely rivals. We would have been definite rivals. And if we crossed paths, we would have exchanged more than words. But with that, luckily, both of us seem to have taken a step towards bettering ourselves by joining the military. He was given the opportunity to do so, and he was able to make a change for the best for himself and his family. And what sucks is the military is so discouraged nowadays by a lot of people, saying how the military only is or recruiters when they go to the urban areas, they're trying to take advantage of the youth that are there. I don't see it as taking advantage. I see them as giving them a hand up and out of the hood. That's what I see it as. I mean, especially if they're involved in activities that can land them in jail or worse, dead. You know. So props to Essay to Master Jefe. This book should be required reading. I 100% believe that with my heart. That it needs to be, because it gives hope to those who otherwise wouldn't know there's anything other than the hood out there. Dude, when I was growing up in South Central, all I knew was my area of South Central. So I'll give you my borders where I grew up at: Alameda, Slauson, Vermont, Imperial. That box right there is pretty much what I knew was my world. And just in those areas there's a lot of activity. I don't know about now, but in the 90s, it was going down, Chief. It was going down. 80s and 90s, that place, telling you, don't get caught at that park out there off Compton in Manchester, right there by the metro. There's a little park right there. Don't get caught right there across the street from Drew. Don't get don't get caught at Roosevelt Park if you ain't from Roosevelt Park. And this is all his neighborhood. Trust me, I know. All right. Anyways, I grew up on 87th and Broadway, off of Manchester and Broadway. So my neighborhood was literally right down the block. Like, dude, not even a 5-minute drive to where he was at. All right. So, anyways, I can attest to a lot of the things that he talks about in there. Again, I saw myself in what he was talking about. And the fact that he was successful in getting out of the neighborhood and making something for himself, not giving up, that is a true testament of what believing in someone and giving somebody a chance to succeed can do for someone. I didn't know, like I said, anything outside of that. I didn't know what was going to become of me. I figured, to live and die in LA for real, that's where I was going to end up dying, whether it be on the streets or whether it be of old age. I didn't know how it was going to come, but that's what I figured. And but there's some key points in his book that I can relate to 100%. One of them was when I I got to the point in my life where I didn't think I was gonna make it another year. And this was at the end of 2000. I was 23 years old, and I had already tried going to a recruiter, to the Marine Corps recruiter, and they told me no because I only had a GED. And then I tried going to the Army recruiter, but they took a look at my tattoos and they said no. If we could take pictures and send them up, but more than likely you're gonna get disqualified. Which, in hindsight, after I read his book, I really wish I would have done it because he only needed a waiver. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't think the recruiters were trying to fuck with me because I was like him, G'd up when I went in there. You know, I wasn't there creased up with my Cortez's ball head and a flannel. They don't care. And plus, I was 23 and married, and they didn't want it. They wanted more like 18, 19, 20-year olds fresh out of high school. There was no war kicked off at that time yet. I didn't get my opportunity till much later till the war kicked off. And then when I was willing to make some changes to my tattoos. I'll leave it at that. If you want to know more about that, maybe I'll talk about it some other time. But anywho, this is not my story. This is Master Chief Raul Ramos' story. And I want to, again, Master Chief, you're an inspiration to a lot of kids out there, man. And I'm glad that I follow you on the gram, and I'm glad to see that you're putting it to good use. You know what I mean? Um, you don't glorify being in the hood, and you show what having a can do attitude and not giving up can help in our lives, and again, this is the type of stuff that we need in our neighborhoods so that our youth have a chance. Give me a second. I gotta blur this so that y'all don't see my daughter. Cause all right, Em, go ahead, Emily. Oh, now she doesn't want to go through. Go figure. All right. Anyways, go ahead. Anyways, so with that being said, this is his time. I didn't want to take away from it. Truth be told, this is the third time that I'm recording this, and it's because my daughters kept walking back and forth. I don't have my studio anymore, which was my garage, because it's full of crap in there from Christmas and Halloween, and I got to go throw all that stuff in the storage. Anyways, please go check out Essa to Master Jefe. Go get his book. Support this veteran here. Not only that, gift it. Gift it. If not for yourself, after you read it, buy one for yourself and gift one to a kid who might need one, man. You know what I mean? After you're done with it, if you want to keep it, gift it to a kid who is in need of some guidance, of a story that can give them hope that there is a chance that kids from the barrio can still do it, man. Just because you feel society has given up on you, You haven't given up on you. We haven't given up on you. And I'm telling you, you want to be part of a hood? There's no bigger hood than the U.S. military. Might as well get paid for it, right? I'm just saying. Essay to Master Jefe, go look it up, Google it, and get down with the get down on that. But it's a page turner. Hey, and by the way, if you're like me and you like pictures, it has pictures in there. You know, this dude right here is definitely something that is something that to be proud of. You know, especially coming from our community. Because in our community, not a lot of people make it out that way. It's a trip because back when I was a kid, and I'm sure it was the same way for him, our heroes weren't in the military. Our heroes were not uniform wearers. Our heroes lived behind bars. Our heroes were catching cases. And to a lot of us, that was what we expected our route to eventually be. So thankfully, some of the decisions that he made, not many, all the decisions he made him to the man he is now. And that's something to be very proud of and something to commend. You know what I mean? So being a youth, he had a lot of things going against him already. Single parent or a single family household, poverty, the ghetto, minority, you know, there were so many things that went against him, already gangbanging at a young age, out there doing dirt. And he still made it out. He still made it out, y'all. That right there, those are blessings. Those are blessings. Yeah, God definitely walked with him. But don't take away nothing from this young man. He did a lot of things on his own. When people had given up on him, he didn't give up on himself. So props to you, Master Chief. Salute from Staff Sergeant Lopez, retired United States Army. Um, Congrats, and I look to see much more of your success. I really believe that this book should be turned into a movie. You know how they did the Cuba Gooding one? This one is the updated version. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with that being said, rounds complete and the mission, gun line out. Shit, that's usually the one for the podcast. All right. With that said, make sure if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel. If you like what the content that I had, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't dig it, give me a thumbs down. Either way, in both cases, leave me a comment saying what I could do better, or what you dug about it, or whatever you want to put on there. Say hi, bye, definite. I don't care. Um, Also, go check out the podcast and go check out the other reactions that I have. They're gonna be somewhere on here. One's gonna have the playlist and one's gonna have the subscribe. So y'all make sure y'all do that, all right? And y'all make sure y'all go get the book Essay to Master Jefe. All right, y'all. With that said, D-Lo the Vet Bro, letting you go. Deuces, y'all.